Welcome back. Okay, are you ready? We're going to find out. Vamos a averiguar todo lo averiguable. No creo que se diga eso. We're going to find out everything we can find out about these two people flanking me, one on my right and one on my left. We're going to dig. Cavar, se dice hurgar. Yes, soy cotillo hoy. I am nosy today, and we're going to find out a lot of things. We're going to start with ladies first. Ellie, we're going to ask our friend Juan Solo some questions.
Okay.
Ask him if he doesn't think Juan Solo is a strange name.
Do you think?
Don't you think?
Don't you think Juan Solo is a strange name?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
All right. Ask him if he is planning to change his name.
Are you planning to change
Your name?
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. Okay, now, he works in the world of performing arts, so he's a performer. Okay. Ask him if he performs every week.
Do you perform every week?
Yes, I do.
Ask him where he usually performs.
Where do you usually perform?
Sometimes in pubs. Oh, it's venue. I think
The venues.
Venues. In venues and sometimes in theaters.
Ask him if he's a movie actor.
Are you a movie actor?
No, not really.
Ask him if he's a stage actor.
Are you a stage actor?
Yes, I was.
You used to be.
I used to be, yeah.
All right, used to be. So ask him if he is a comedian.
Are you a comedian?
Yes, I am.
Escucha. Comedian. No hay T al final. No es comediante. Es comedian. A comedian.
Comedian.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
How do you say comedian in Spanish?
Cómico.
Cómico. Humorista, no? What's the... Ask
Not,
him what the difference is between un cómico y un humorista.
What's the difference between a cómico and humorista?
Nobody's sure.
Nobody is sure.
No.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not.
But you're...
Humorista sounds different. Humorista sounds like telling jokes or being with a
with a puppet.
with a puppet, yes.
Or a marionette.
Yes, it's more wide.
It's broader.
It's broader. It's
más amplio.
Yeah, it's a broader definition.
Okay, so you are a cómico.
Yeah,
And how do you say cómico in English?
comedian.
A comedian.
It's very clear. Comedian.
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 All right. Ask him if he is a stand-up comedian.
Are you a stand-up comedian?
Yes, I am.
Ask him what stand-up comedian means.
What does a stand-up comedian mean?
What does stand-up comedian? To stand up is estar de pie, ponerse de pie. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And a stand-up comedian. What does stand-up comedian mean? Repeat.
What does stand-up comedian mean?
Well, here it means monologuista. That's the translation.
But it's a person who stands up in front of people
Yes.
and tells jokes.
And tell routines, not jokes. That's the difference. Not jokes. Routines. Your own routines.
Oh.
You explain things that happens to you. That happened to you.
But for example, do you remember the comedian from many years ago who died, Eugenio?
Yeah.
Was he a stand-up comedian?
No.
Because he was always sitting down.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He was a humorist.
A humorist. He told jokes.
Jokes.
Okay. Ask him how long he has been working as a comedian.
How long have you been working as a comedian?
Comedian.
I have been working as a comedian for 4 years.
For 4 years.
Yeah.
Ask him if he likes it.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Ask him if he prepares his own monologues.
Do you prepare your own monologues?
Yes, I do.
Ask him how long it takes him to prepare a monologue.
How long does it take you to prepare the monologue?
A monologue.
A monologue.
No tengo bien.
A monologue.
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 Monologo.
From the first idea to the last
To the final
word,
product.
to the final product, between 3 and 5 months.
Between 3 and 5 months. Ask him if he changes his monologue after practicing with it.
Do you change your monologue after practicing
With it?
Of course I do.
So you make modifications?
A lot.
A lot. Okay, ask him how many monologues he has created in his life.
How many monologues have you created in your life?
So far, I have 6. I have created 6.
Only 6?
Only 6 of half an hour, each one.
Each one, half an hour.
That's 3 hours.
Ask if he needs to memorize his monologue.
Do you need to memorize your monologue?
Yes, you can treat on the stage.
I know, but after you prepare it, so you don't know it by heart simply in the preparatory
Oh, no,
part.
yeah. You're preparing it for 3 months, so it's part of you.
Okay, ask him if he still uses the first monologue he prepared.
Do you still use the first monologue you prepared? Monologue you prepared?
Yeah, but with a lot of modifications.
All right, so it has changed a lot.
Yes, because the world changes.
The world changes, so you have to change the names of people. If
The
you
names
talk,
of, not really, or habits.
Okay.
If you're talking about habits change.
for example,
you have to modify.
tell me a habit.
For example, in my first monologue was about the freaks.
About what?
Freak.
Those freaky.
Sí.
Freaky,
Well, yeah.
freaks.
Freaks.
Strange people.
Freaks, strange people.
Right.
And one of them was the DVD freak.
DVD freak.
DVD freak. But I have had to change it because nobody buys DVDs right now. Well, not many people. Many people download the movies from the internet. So I have to include that and to forget the other part.
You mean people in this country don't buy DVDs anymore?
Well, yes, they do, but not as much as they used to.
Very good. Not as much as they used to. All right, fine. And ask him if he has ever rejected a monologue.
Have you ever rejected a monologue?
Well, an idea.
Yeah. No, a finished monologue, and you decide not to use it anymore.
Well, I wrote something. I thought it was funny, and I used almost 1 month writing it.
No, no. It took me almost a month.
It took me almost a month
To write it.
To write it, but when I read it aloud for the first time, just for me,
Okay.
I said, "Oof, what is this?"
So you didn't use it in public.
No, it was about Greek mythology. Greek mythology.
All right, it was about Greek mythology.
Not a funny subject.
Because people don't know very much
No.
about Greek mythology.
No.
You do.
Well, I have to consult books to write things about Zeus.
Zeus.
About Zeus and his habits. And
All right.
Yeah.
So I imagine a monologue in Móstoles, in a pub,
Well,
about Zeus.
yeah, faces like, huh?
All right.
That happens quite
often?
Quite often.
What happens?
To see faces in the audience like
Blank faces. Blank. All right. Ask him if people are different in every location.
Are people different in every location?
Yes, they are,
All right.
and they are different depending on the day.
On the day
of the week. Yes.
Ask him what day of the week a ver si formulo yo esta pregunta. Ask him what day of the week the people are the most receptive.
What day of the week the people
Are
people more receptive?
good.
Saturdays.
Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
Ask him which day is the worst.
Which day is the worst?
Sunday.
No, well, Sunday. No, yeah, Sunday. Sunday is a bad day.
People don't want to laugh.
No, people are tired.
They're tired.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Monday.
And on Friday they're tired too, I imagine.
Yes, but you are facing the beginning of the weekend, so you are happier than on Sundays. It's the end of the weekend. So
Ask
you're
him-
tired and angry.
And angry. All right. Ask him if he performs in the middle of the week sometimes.
Do you perform in the middle of the week sometimes?
Yes, this last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday I was on Lugo.
In Lugo.
In Lugo, yeah, sorry. In Lugo.
In Lugo, in Galicia.
Yeah.
Okay, ask him if he had ever, ahora es pluscuamperfecto aquí, Eli. Ask him if he had ever gone to Lugo before.
Had you ever gone to Lugo before?
I had gone there only once. When
To
I was
work or as a
no,
tourist?
No, when I was a child.
Okay, ask him if he found the audience in Lugo different.
Did you find the audience in Lugo different?
Okay, espera, está muy bien. Pero no es audience, it's audience. Audio, audio-visual, audio,
Okay.
audience. Ask him if he found the audience in Lugo different.
Did you find the audience in Lugo different?
I found them very shy.
Very shy.
At the beginning.
Ask him what he means by a shy audience.
What do you mean with the by a shy audience?
When you ask questions and they don't answer.
Ask him if he connects with his audience.
Do you connect with your audience?
Sometimes it's very necessary.
Ask him if most comedians work with the audience.
Do most comedians connect with the audience?
Or work with the audience?
Work with the audience?
Audience.
Audience.
Huh?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Ask him if there are a lot of comedians in Spain.
Are there a lot of comedians in Spain?
In Spain?
In Spain?
Well, not a lot, but there are quite a few.
Ok, déjame hablar un poco. Eli comete un error, no solo Eli, vosotros también y Juan, el señor Solo, Juan Solo también. En Spain no se dice, in Spain, in Spain. Y ahora estoy seguro que en español, en inglés en el futuro, si tenéis que usar en inglés, vais a tener que decir muchas veces la expresión, las dos palabras, en España. No, en España comemos huevos para cenar, no para desayunar, como en Inglaterra. En España pensamos que en España, pues aprendid ya ahora. In Spain, es como un solo sonido fonético. In Spain. In Spain. Don't say in Spain. It sounds very ugly phonetically for the English ear. In Spain, in Spain, in Spain. Ask him if there are a lot of stand-up comedians in Spain.
Are there a lot of stand-up comedians in Spain?
In Spain?
In Spain.
Yes, there are quite a few.
Ask him how many there are.
How many are there?
How many are there?
Are there?
No, maybe around... They are around...
There are.
They're around... 50?
No, there are.
There are.
Okay.
Maybe they are around...
No, lo dices mal.
Maybe.
Estás soltando they are. Lo estoy oído. There are.
Maybe.
There are.
Okay. Yeah.
There are.
Maybe there are.
Around?
Around 40, 50.
That's not too many.
Well, Spain is not a very big country.
Well, Spain is bigger than California.
Yeah.
In population and in area. All right. How many stand-up comedians do you think there are in California?
I don't know. Hundreds.
I don't know either. Okay.
But you have a stand-up comedy culture. Culture.
And Spain doesn't have a comedy culture?
Not yet. A stand-up comedy culture? Not yet.
Okay, stand-up comedy. That's a very specific type of culture.
Very specific, yes. No, and you have to learn how to listen to the comedian, for example. To the comedian.
Okay. Ask him if Gila was a stand-up comedian.
Was Gila a stand-up comedian?
Maybe he was the first in Spain.
Okay, the first stand-up comedian in Spain. Okay, ask Juan if it's a lucrative job.
Is it a lucrative job?
It can be.
It can be. Ask him if a stand-up comedian makes a lot of money each night.
Does a stand-up comedian make a lot of money?
Every night?
Every night?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Every night? No.
Ask him how many times he needs to work per week to make good money.
How many nights do you have to work
every night?
Every night.
Every week, perdona.
Every week
to
make money.
To make good money.
To make good money.
Ganar un buen dinero. 2 nights.
Good money.
Well, good money means that you can pay your mortgage.
Okay.
And you can raise a family if you want to raise a family, and you don't need to worry about making ends meet. You got a fin de mes.
Okay. 3 nights.
3 nights a week.
Wow.
Over how many weeks a year?
Over
40 a week?
No, 40, except Christmas and the Holy Week.
Holy Week?
Holy Week. Almost 50 weeks.
50 or 48 to 50 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Ask him if a stand-up comedian needs to travel a lot.
Does a stand-up comedian need to travel a lot?
You are never at home.
Ask him if he's married or single.
Are you married or single?
I'm single.
Okay, ask him if that is the reason why he's single.
Is that the reason why you're single?
Well, I could say yes, but it's not.
It's not necessarily one.
It's not necessarily
one of the reasons. Okay, and ask him if he lives in Madrid.
Do you live in Madrid?
Yes, I do.
Ask if he was brought up in Madrid.
Brought up.
Escucha. Ask him if he was brought up in Madrid. Were you
brought up in Madrid?
Yes, I was.
Okay, ask me if I was brought up in Madrid.
Were you brought up in Madrid?
No, I wasn't. Ask me where I was brought up.
Where were you? Where were you brought up?
I was brought up in Houston, Texas, and Oklahoma. I was born in Houston, and I was brought up in Houston and Oklahoma. I was raised. Okay, I grew up. Okay, me crié donde fui criado. Do you understand? I grew up where I was brought up. All right? Do you understand?
Yes.
Cuando uno me crié donde, ask her where she was brought up.
Where were you? Oh, sorry. Where were you brought up?
In Cochabamba.
In Cochabamba, Bolivia. She was brought up in Cochabamba. Ask Juan Solo if he has ever been to Cochabamba.
Have you ever been to Cochabamba?
No, I haven't.
There's a street in the city called Cochabamba. Have you ever been on that street?
I don't think so, but I can't remember the names of the streets.
You can't remember the names of the streets?
Never. I could never become a taxi driver.
Well, you know Gran Via, right?
Yeah.
And the Castellana.
And Puerta del Sol, yeah. Only the major streets.
The main streets.
Main streets.
Yeah, major streets, no, the main streets. Okay. And now, to continue the story, ask him if he would like to be a comedian for the rest of his professional life.
Would you like to be a comedian for the rest of your professional life?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Ask him if he has ever acted on television.
Have you ever acted on television?
Yes, I have.
All right. Ask him if it's easier to act on TV or on the stage.
Is it easier to act on TV or on the stage?
Stage.
A stage.
They're completely different things.
Well, which is easier?
Maybe on the stage.
On the stage. Ask him what's the most difficult thing about TV.
What's the most difficult part about TV?
Sometimes there is no audience.
Okay.
Sometimes the audience is paid.
Paid? Really?
To be there, yeah.
Okay.
Which is the worst thing, because they don't really need to listen to you.
Okay.
They are sitting. They are sitting, so they pay them for being sitting.
They pay them to sit there and listen to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Repeat, please.
They pay them for to sit.
No, Ugas, no es for. Okay. Escucha. What is this for? Is this for propagating my voice or for dropping on the floor?
It's for propagating your voice.
Okay. And is this for writing or for running?
It's for writing.
Okay. Is a television for watching or for cleaning?
It's for watching.
Good. Cuando hablas de la funcionalidad de algo, usas for más el gerundio. Ahora, cuando te expresas sobre ideas del propósito de algo, usas tú. Estoy aquí para enseñarte. I'm here to teach you. Okay. Ahora, si yo fuera una máquina de enseñar que con una ranura, this is a book. Okay. Entonces, it's a machine. The machine would say, I am here for teaching you.
Okay.
Okay. That's my functionality. Okay. Functionality and purpose. All right. So, the people are there to listen to sit and listen to you. Is that true?
Not really. The people are there just to sit.
Okay.
To have bodies and heads in front of the camera.
Okay, fine. And
they should laugh and listen to you, but they don't do that. They don't do that always.
Está bien. Or they don't always do that.
Yeah.
Okay, but they laugh sometimes.
They laugh sometimes.
If the joke is really good, they laugh.
Yes, and if they are awake, yes, they laugh. And if they are paid, yes, they laugh. But sometimes there are problems with the salary.
All right.
Or they want an extra snack. Okay. And the television is not thinking about it.
Okay, good.
So they are angry, and they are sitting like this.
All right, fine.
And you are trying to make them laugh. They are looking at you
sitting
this way.
Okay.
And it's very difficult.
All right. Now, ask him if there are areas of Spain that are more difficult than others for a comedian.
Are there areas of Spain where more difficult for comedians?
Yes, there are.
Ask him what province or what region of Spain is the most difficult for him.
What region is the most difficult for you in Spain?
Is this program seen in all through Spain?
All of Spain, yes. So you need to be careful.
No, Spain is a wonderful country.
Okay.
No,
Wait.
a specific city.
Okay, good. Ask him what city or region is the best for him.
What is the best city for you?
No, Madrid, Catalonia, and all the north.
Okay, Madrid, Catalonia, all the north,
All
which
the
includes
north.
from the Basque Country
Galicia, Asturias, Cantabria, País Vasco.
to Basque Country, the
Basque
Basque Country, and also Navarre, Huesca.
I've never been to Huesca.
Ask him if he has ever been to Navarre,
Have you ever been to Navarre?
to Pamplona or to Tafalla.
Yes. No. I have never been to Navarre.
So far.
So far.
Okay, and ask him if he has to. Ask him if he has a program this weekend.
Have you?
Do you have
a program this weekend?
A program shows.
A show, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Ask him where he's going tomorrow.
Where are you going tomorrow?
I'm going to Madrid.
You're staying in Madrid.
Yeah.
Ask him how he moves around.
How do you move around?
Sometimes by plane, sometimes by car, sometimes by train.
Okay, ask him if he has a car.
Do you have a car?
Yes, I do.
Ask him if he usually uses it to travel.
Do you usually use it to travel?
Yeah, only to cover distances of less than 400 kilometers.
Okay, good. Otherwise,
yeah,
you use
otherwise
a train.
it's a train or a plane.
Ask him if he prefers to use the train or the plane.
Do you prefer use the train to use the train, or
Desde principio, por favor.
do you prefer to use the train or the plane?
No, I prefer to use the plane.
Really? Okay. Ask him if he is tired when he gets back to Madrid.
Are you tired when you get back to Madrid?
Sometimes.
All right.
I am, yes.
Okay. Well, tell him to ask me if I have ever been a stand-up comedian.
Ask him if he has ever been a stand-up comedian.
A stand-up?
Stand-up comedian.
Have you ever been a stand-up comedian?
No, I haven't. Ask me if I would like to try it someday.
Would you like to try it someday?
No way.
No way.
No way. Okay. Ask him why he decided to become a stand-up comedian.
Why did you decide to become a stand-up comedian?
You won't believe this, but when I was 14, I wanted to become an Oscar ceremony awards host.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
That's a difficult job to get.
Yeah.
You could be the Goya host, but not the Oscar.
This is the way.
All right.
This is the way.
Ask him, okay, but did you become a stand-up comedian by accident? I mean, was it something unplanned?
No, I always wanted to become a stand-up comedian, but it was impossible in Spain. There was no market for that.
And then how did you become? That's interesting.
And it began to work.
To develop.
To develop. And a friend called me, why don't you try? Okay. Well, here I am.
And ask him if his friend is a stand-up comedian too.
Is your friend a stand-up comedian too?
Yes, he is.
Ask him if he's successful.
Is he successful?
A very successful stand-up comedian.
All right.
Very famous.
Ask him if his friend is his model.
Is your friend your model?
No, he isn't.
Okay. Ask him if he sees his friend on stage often.
Do you see your friend on the stage often?
Not as often as I would like.
All right. Ask him if he has learned a lot from this person.
Have you learned a lot from that person?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Ask if he still thinks he has a lot to learn.
Do you still think you have a lot to learn?
When you are an actor or a comedian, you'll be learning until the day you die.
Yes. Ask me if the same thing is applicable to me.
It's the same thing applicable to you.
Yes, I still learn every day, almost every day, teaching new ideas on how to teach some concept or word better. And I learn new things. Ask me how much time we have left.
How much time do we have left?
I think we have to cut. It's about time to say goodbye. I'm coming back in 5 minutes, but you're not. I'm sorry. But you can come back another day. Would you like to come back another day?
Yes, of course.
Ask her if she has enjoyed this show.
Have you enjoyed the show?
Yes, a lot.
Ask him if he's enjoyed it.
Do you enjoy
Have
it?
you?
Have you enjoyed this show?
Yes, I have.
All right. Well, you'll certainly be welcome back, okay?
Thank you.
And you're welcome back in 5 minutes. In fact, you have to be back in 5 minutes because I'm coming back and I need you in front of the TV with me, okay? So, 5 minutes. See you in a moment. Bye.